Hey everyone, welcome to Engage. So when spring comes here in Utah, it means skiing season is quickly coming to a close. Time for me to put up my skis and break out the match bag and head to some matches. It kind of feels like Christmas, or something like that. So here's what's in my bag for a typical one-day PRS or NRL style match. I bring other gear in my truck like rain gear, a cleaning rod, some torque wrenches and such if major repairs are needed, but this is what's in the bag that I lug around with me to stages all day long. My bag is a low pro photography bag. I use it mostly because I have it on hand for one of my other hobbies. It's got some nice features and pockets though that carry pretty much everything that I need. Water is key to staying hydrated. I often carry my knee pads attached to the outside of the bag as well. I don't like the feel of gravel on my knees in the morning. I'll sling my bag into the shoulder strap as well and carry it around. And then first, as we get into the bag, I carry my Leupold rangefinder and an adapter plate to be able to mount it to my tripod. You get the distances for the targets at PRS matches, but trust and verify. I remember a match where they had ranged the target at 200 yards, but they'd hit the berm in front of the target when ranging, and the true range was something like 400. That definitely makes a difference on small targets. I've upgraded to a Kestrel and love it. I have a Hornady 4DOF version, and it does great for me for whatever load I may be shooting that day. There's an assortment of lens cloths, mostly which serve to wipe my tears away after having a good time on a stage, and then some lens wipes that I got from Walmart. I typically don't clean my glass during the day, but it's always when you need it the most that you don't have them. Next, I've got my electronic ear protection so I can listen carefully to the RO, and of course, eye protection. I've also got a chamber block that I 3D printed in case a match requires a chamber flag in between stages. Red pen for marking wrong answers. Screwdriver for adjusting a few screws on my optics. Sunblock to keep my skin pretty. Some Propel and or electrolytes and snacks. I like to eat, so I often bring many snacks. I have my dope card, and I like to put layers of painter tape on it. That way, when I write my dope, I can rip it off after the stage and have a clean slate there. I've also got some cheap grease pencils from Amazon in case I run out of the painter's tape. I then 3D printed a couple of pieces to connect my phone to my binoculars or spotting scope so that I can take cool videos of trace and such. I got extra ear pro in pink for my buddies who forget theirs, or to double up if someone's shooting a 6.5 PRC. A nice pocket knife comes in handy for all sorts of stuff. Extra base plate for my magazine. A magazine feed lip bender if I start to get some feeding issues. I also carry around a year's supply of some clean motor oil to lube up my bolt if I need to clean it off. Just a touch will do ya. I carry a barricade stop for my chassis that I never use, but you know, maybe it'll come in handy sometime. A binocular mount for my tripod. Some simple first aid stuff, Tylenol, Excedrin, Band-Aids, Tums, some more Tums for the frequent post-match barbecue stop. Then I have a ton of different Allen wrenches for my scope or anyone else's scope. I also bring a nickel to get the scope caps off. Next is gloves in case it's cold in the morning, and extra batteries for everything. In the huge pocket at the bottom, I have a little bag from some headphones I bought that I put all my spent brass into. It cinches up and works really well for that. Plenty of room for some rounds. Aren't they beauties? Then I sometimes put the rounds in a binder that I bought. It's got a nice space in the front for some dope cards and then holds about 120 rounds inside. There are some nicer binders out there that I hope to get one day. I'll often put the spent cases back here where that binder goes if I'm not using the binder that day. That's it. Thanks for watching. So what did I miss? What's standard in your match bag? Let me know so that I can figure out if I should add it to mine. Hope it was helpful, and here's to small groups, small extreme spreads, and many impacts.